sir. And our last question. What do you hope people will remember most about your term in office should you be chosen as South Ward Alderman? What do you hope people will remember most about your term in office should you be chosen as the South Ward Alderman? Mr. Thompson.
What I hope that people remember if chosen as South Ward Alderman, I want them to remember that Willis Thompson was a man that listened. Willis Thompson was a man of compassion. He cared. When you called, he answered. He showed up to address your issues. I want them to remember that I was responsible, that I took good care of the city finances. I was efficient. I had uncompromising integrity, and I did everything possible in my power to move this city forward. And I did everything possible to improve the quality of life for every citizen in the city of Vicksburg.
Mr. Miller.
I like my legacy to be that I was a good steward of the tax dollars. I worked really hard to make Vicksburg a better place, a place we can all be proud to be called home. I hope that my legacy can be that I communicated, I returned all my phone calls, I don't care what time of day you get it, that I'm successful. Most of all, I hope my legacy can be that when my term is over, I want somebody who can come behind me and say, that's not a thankless job. That's a job that I can go through and be proud of. So a young professional, man or woman, who want to run for this job because it's something they really want to do, they want to make a difference, and to say that God made me want to run for office and do that same thing. If I can do that, then I feel like I've accomplished something.
Mr. Dolan.
Well, I'd like to be remembered as a strong supporter of public safety and fiscal responsibility, which I'm involved with every day. I'd also like to be remembered as bringing some good jobs to Vicksburg, some that pay more than minimum wage. I think we have enough Waffle Houses and Dollar Generals in Vicksburg at this time, and I think we need to bring some jobs that pay a little better money than that. And like Mr. Thompson alluded to earlier, the connection with the schools, Hines Community College, and people going out of Hines and having some special skills is very important to work in these positions. And I just also would like to remember one that was served with total honesty and total integrity.
Mr. Jennings.
Yes, Vicksburg, the thing that I would like to be remembered most for is that we realized our potential while I was in office. And Vicksburg, if nothing else, has more potential than anything, and largely untapped, sadly. I would like to be known as the guy that, well, say 12 years ago, I know whenever I would have family come in and I would drive them around town, it'd be straight to the National Park and straight home. And a few years back, that all started kind of changing. We started seeing things that people were doing, and people were doing for Vicksburg. And it was all private business, but it was some government. The government, Vicksburg came in and started planting seeds, developmental seeds, and those seeds grew. I'd like to be the alderman that everybody, the administration goes, it's going to take much. But for us to live up to the potential that we have, living on the river, getting $500,000 of gaming revenue every month, other towns will just die for that. And so we need to maximize that and start managing it properly.
Thank you. Okay, now to our closing statement. You'll be allowed 2 minutes to make a closing statement, and we'll start with Mr. Thompson.
My name is Willis Thompson, and I am the Democratic candidate for South Ward Alderman. I've served at City Hall for over 10 years. I know the challenges that this city faces. And you know what? I welcome challenges. I'm energetic, I'm forward-thinking, and I'm committed to serving you. All my life I've been committed to serving others, whether it's been on some job or as a father, as a husband, as a minister. I'm not a stranger to solving problems. And if elected, I will go to work for you. I will serve you with uncompromising integrity. I would use every skill I have to render back to the city of Vicksburg. I believe in Vicksburg. I believe it has much potential. And I believe with the right people in place, the city can reach its full potential. And that's what I'm committed to. Thank you.
Mr. Miller.
I told you who I am. I told you what I believe. Now, I guess the main part of my closing statement is I need your help, your vote, your support, so you get out there and go to work for you. I have a desire, I have education, most of all, desire. I want to go to work for you, so to say, my closing statement is, come and get elected. Thank you.
Mr. Jennings.
My closing statement is this. I've got a small son also, and I got a little bit later start than Willis did, but actually I do have a young son. And, so I think about kids, and I think about recreation, and I think about neighborhood parks, and I think about every neighborhood in Vicksburg should have its own park, and a very good park. We have a lot of plots of land around Vicksburg that we can maximize, and it boils down to one thing, and that is quality of life. And if you have quality of life, the people who want to come in and build a plant or start a business in Vicksburg are going to look at whether Vicksburg is a good quality place to live. Back to payroll that we mentioned earlier, let me just add this. I think our payroll is strangling investment dollars, and I think it's just a lack of management. Efficiency matters in a very big way when it comes to a $30 million budget, and if 70% of that is payroll, then you've got a problem. Driving by at 70 miles an hour, most folks would be able to figure out that Vicksburg's got a problem that way. I love Vicksburg. I'm very proud of it, and like I said a few years back, whenever relatives would come, we started taking them the long way home, and driving by here and driving by there, and I'm actually just now starting to see a little bit more of that now. It makes it exciting, and it makes it an exciting place to live. So management matters. Successful towns don't just happen; they have to be planned. And if we can plan, what is it? If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So I'll just end it with that. Thanks very much.
Mr. Dolan.
For over 31 years, I have been here for the citizens of Vicksburg. I've been spit on, I've been bitten, and I've been shot at. And I kept going. And I don't mind the next 4 years, if I have to come out in the middle of the night all the time for a problem, I have no problem with it. I'm used to it. And I never griped about coming out. That was just part of the job. So I have no problem in serving the citizens of Vicksburg. I'm running on my record of honesty and integrity. No one here sitting at this table has near the experience that I have in government or law enforcement. I've bailiffed every court here in Vicksburg, every single court, starting back in the mid-1970s, so I'm very familiar with our court system, civil and criminal. I know how to answer complaints, and I know how to solve problems. I've been doing it for a long time. I'm a supporter of our schools and have been a guest speaker at every school in Vicksburg over the last 30 plus years. Spending money in Vicksburg is real important to me. I've spent all of my money on my campaign on South Ward businesses. Not a penny of my money left Vicksburg. And I ask that you support me on June the 4th. Thank you.